It is stated in a concession contract that China Union is obligated. China Union is obligated to do specific things for these communities and like young people. So there was an investigation, and the investigation was held. The committee is trying to do follow-up based on the plenary recommendation. It is because of that we are here today. So we invited the CEO of the company. He was out of the country, and he communicated that he was coming to form part of the hearing. Based on that, they sent us a communication, which we have a copy, and the CEO will be placed on the oath. We have the conversation moving forward. So we'd like to do introduction. We'll start with the guys on the other side. Yeah.
My side.
Yeah.
My name is Concession. I'm the deputy manager of the China Union.
Okay, so my name is Tony Yang. I do the translation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Mr. White. So as the China Union CEO.
Mr. White.
Yeah.
China Union CEO.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm fully Edward Famule, the chairman of the committee. So at this point, having had a quorum, we will ask the clerk office to read the communication I brought the CEO here today.
Okay. February 3, 2025, the General Manager, China Union Mining Company, Bond Mines. Subject, request for report on implementation of recommendation from the 2024 House of Representatives Joint Committee Investigative Report. Dear Mr. Manager, I present compliments and by directive of Honorable Fode E. Famule, Chairman of the House's Committee on Investment and Concessions, with right to officially request your office to submit a comprehensive report regarding the implementation of the recommendations outlined in the House of Representatives Joint Committee's investigative on China's Union Concession Agreement with Liberia. As you may recall, the Joint Committee investigative found a violation of the Mineral Development Agreement (MDA) to which China admitted. Following the investigation, the Joint Committee provided detailed recommendations categorized into immediate, short-term, and long-term actions to address identified concerns and improve compliance with the terms of the MDA. In light of these findings and preparation for legislative decisions in the 2025 session, the committee kindly requests the company to submit a full report detailing the progress and implementation status of the recommendation adopted by the plenary of the House of Representatives. The requested report should specifically address the following. 1. Actions taken in response to each category of the recommendation: immediate, short-term, and long-term. 2. Current challenges, if any, in the implementation process. And 3. Proposed timelines for addressing outstanding recommendations. Please submit said report to Honorable for the e-formula through the office of the Chief Clerk not later than Monday, February 10, 2025. Meanwhile, you are invited to appear before the committee alone with all contracting partners on Wednesday, February 12, 2025 at 2:00 p.m. Kind regards, sincerely yours, Major Sion, Chief Clerk.
So, thank you again. I think the short-term recommendations, will you please read them? The document recommendation.
Okay.
Short-term.
Short term. Short term. Okay, short term remedies, 16 months. The short term remedies are solutions that the Joint Committee believes can easily and quickly be provided by China Union within a time frame of 6 months to maintain the smooth operations of China Union and at the same promote and set forth an amicable working atmosphere at the mines and factory construction site and within the communities comprising of China Union operational areas. The short-term remedies include 1. Immediate commencement of payment of all Social Security remittances to fulfill Section 6.11. Insurance proof of payment should be presented to plenary within a timeline or time frame of 1 month. 2. To fulfill Section 6.6 of the MDA, China Union shall complete the renovation of all existing roads in the government and non-government, that is, from Bond Mines to Wenika to the St. Paul River, rehabilitation of the road from Bond Mines to Popota, from Popota to Yabaha, from Yabaha to Boyamun, from Boyamun back to Bond Mines. Deposits area on a routine basis and the Kakata Handi Road. The standard of the road defined in the MDA must be established by the Liberian government. The clear preference is that these roads are delivered in a surface hardtop condition on at the very least in grade of laterite feeder, that is laterite feeder road that can be upgraded at a later stage. These roads must meet standards agreed by the Liberian Ministry of Public Works, and all crossing and culverts and drainages must also be delivered to defined standard of the Liberian Ministry of Public Works. A time frame for this work and for the regular dry season renovation and maintenance must be established and agreed. It must also be noted that the existing renovated, established, and agreed. It must also be noted that the existing renovated road from Bond Town to the Mel River was delivered by the West African Power Pool and World Bank SP2 project and not by China Union. 3. To fulfill Section 8.2 community funding obligation with immediate effect, China Union must provide the annual social contribution of 3.5 million, which shall be managed and disbursed for the benefit of Liberian communities in the counties affected by its operations. This payment must be paid in extra-actively for the past number of years that China Union operated without payment. 4. Within a time frame of 2 weeks, China Union must provide protective gears, that is PPE, hose, jackets, gloves, etc. During the fact-finding mission, unit helmets were given to lawmakers to tour the mines, which was a major risk. The PPE must be provided to all employees to fulfill Section 9.1, Public Health and Safety. Safety signs must be placed in all risky areas of the mines, and safety training must be provided alongside the provision of the PPEs. 5. China Union China Union renovates in 3 months the hospital in Bone Mines in fulfillment of Section 10, medical care, which states that medical services should be provided free of charge for the concessionaire employees and their residents, spouses, and dependents, government officials, and or all employees assigned to and regularly employed in the production area in the official capacity and resident in or adjacent to the production area, and their resident spouses and dependents shall, during the term of such assignment, employment, and residence, also be entitled to receive medical care on the same basis of concessionaire employees. 6. The China Union takes over to support and manage the Bone Mines Hospital. 7. Immediately within a period of 3 months, China Union must employ Liberians within senior management position to satisfy Section 11.1, Employment, Training, and Production, which states the properties shall agree on progressive implementation of an employment schedule to so as to cause citizens of Liberia to hold at least 30% of all management positions, including 30% of its 10 most senior positions, within 5 years or the effective date, and at least 70% of all management positions, including 70% of its 10 most senior positions, within 10 years of such dates. 8. That China Union takes over, support, and manage the Bone Central High School. 9. That China Union build, support, and manage the Fuama District Vocational School. 10. Within a month, China Union must comply with payment of all monies owed the communities in line with Section 15.4, surface rent of the MDA. The payment shall be 100,000 per year for the first 10 years after the effective date, and 250,000 per year for the next 15 years. Within a month, China Union must comply with payment according to Section 16.5, Other Support, Scientific Research Fund, which states China Union shall make an annual contribution of 100,000 during the term of the agreement, with the first annual payment due on the first payment date. Subsequent contribution shall be made on each anniversary of the effective date. Such amount shall be paid into the general revenue account of the government for the Scientific Research Fund. 12. Immediately within a week, China Union shall similarly provide safe drinking water to all Liberians working in the mines. Likewise, they are providing safe drinking water for Chinese workers working in the mines. 13. China Union be made to close down operations of the subcontracted Chinese companies that are operating in their premises without the knowledge, consent, and approval of the government of Liberia until otherwise ordered. Phase 2.
Okay, so we stop to phase 1 because the hearing is a short-term remedy. So we'll ask the sergeant how to play with the Thank you, Minuka.
So if you're just joining us, you are watching Spoon TV live. In the pictures, you can see the authorities from China Union. The CEO is there, one of the officers in charge who usually comes for hearing or represents the company is also here along with their colleague. So they are being placed on an oath, and from there the committee will be quizzing them on as to whether they have implemented all the recommendations that have been submitted to them in previous time. So.
Okay, so you can have your seat. So while we were listening to the chief clerk office reading the letter and the recommendation, two of our colleagues came, so I allowed them to introduce themselves. I think three, Prince. Okay.
All right. My name is Honorable Darwan Klikia. I'm a member of this committee.
My name is Honorable Ava Koklo Jones. I'm the co-chair on the Committee on Investment and Concession.
So we'll turn the question now to our witnesses. I think you have a copy of the report. We are going to discuss the phase 1. And we saw a communication coming from you, the CEO, dated February 10th. So we want for you to explain to us how far, what have you achieved in terms of the report that was recommended to you from plenary. It is based on that report we are doing a follow-up. This, you want a copy? Come here, let me see. Okay.
Does the CEO want to speak to an interpreter?
Yeah, that is the response. That is why I got a copy for you. If it is you who send it,
Yeah.
you can speak French. We'll listen to you.
对，是啊，你念一下。对，那你就说一下，你就对这东西说一下，就是把这个内容给大概说一下，回复一下，好吧？
Okay, so I'll give a briefing of the completed items we have done so far. First, one, regarding the social security fees, China Union has paid $140,240 in social security fees for all Liberian employees. The payment check will be submitted to the Joint Committee for verification. 2. Regarding the community contribution funds, China Union will pay $2 million to the community development funds of the 3 beneficiary states after the project is completed and put into production, and after the first shipment of iron ore. Specifically, the first payment of $500,000 was made before December 25th, 2024, and the second payment of $500,000 was made at the end of December 2024, and the remaining $1 million will be paid off by the end of April 2025. 3. Regarding personal protection equipment, PPEs, China Union has provided necessary PPEs for the workers. Contract with local manufacturers has been signed to produce and install safety signs, and all employees and the contractors have received safety training. 4. Regarding service rent, China Union has paid $100,000, and the balance will be paid properly after the project is put into operation and the first shipment of iron ore. 5. Regarding the scientific research fund, China Union has paid $100,000 for this year. The outstanding balance payable will be confirmed with Liberia Revenue Authority and is scheduled to be paid after the project is completed and put into production and after the first shipment of iron ore. 6. Regarding drinking water, China Union has provided the safe drinking water for all Liberian employees of bone mine and their families. 7. Regarding scholarships, China Union has provided $50,000 for scholarships for students in
Can you your voice up small? Increase your volume. Yeah, to share it.
China Union has provided $50,000 for scholarships for students in the recipient country. The scholarship donations required by MDA will be paid after the project is completed and put into production and after the first shipment of iron ore. That's it.
That's the letter for tonight.
I'm talking about the completed items. Yes.
You have reading the whole letter, the whole letter speaks about what you have done.
A whole letter.
So we have copies with them.
Yeah, we photocopy and gave it to all of us here. I only 2 copies here, so you get a copy, right? You can just pause it here and get it. So you got a lot of different response here. You are already on a wonder for you to read it or whether you stand by what you say. Then we can open the process for questions.
Shall I just
Go ahead. We don't listen to this.
Okay. So I just continue. 2 upcoming tasks. 1. In March 2025, China Union will start to repair the road from Bongtown to Handy and conduct.
Mr. Chairman, members, Mr. Chairman, we observe that because of language barrier, our guests may not be able to present properly in terms of the documentation that he has submitted either onto the chief clerk office. Concerning the nature of this hearing, and we have our citizens following us, it will be good that we ask the witness whether this document was provided by him, and if he says yes, it means that we allow the press bureau to read this for us, and then from there we can go into the questioning. That's my observation.
Okay, so look at that. I think so the question to you is that the document you have before you, is there a document that you sent to the chief clerk office? Do you stand by this document that you sent?
就说咱们这个
The document is
这个是我们发的，我们提供的吧？这个是
Now you send the document. Huh?
So everything,
Everything inside of what you say.
Yes.
On that note,
这个当时都看过了，张博他们都看过了，咱看过就行，只要看过了就行，得到确认就完了。
No, that's
They
the,
read out the response.
that the response is saying that what we want to hold from.
yeah, so there is still rereading it, same thing that we made that Friday, that we made and pose questions.
But we need
No,
copies.
people need to understand what is in this document.
Exactly.
So we ask the, why the chief
So
clerk,
it
the
means
director,
that
they read.
for the sake of this hearing,
Then we
Read
copy.
it.
we is copy this.
They read it, copy, why they photocopy. Changes. Someone there carrying my order.
说他肯定是让你做一个形式上的取消。自己那边，他讲的话呢，他们听他现在的目的就是为了让你把那个里面的内容要
Yes,
公
it
之于
says
众。
China Union Investment Liberia, 4 months, Company Limited, February 10, 2025. Major N. Sam, Chief Office of Chief Clerk, Honorable House of Representatives. Honorable Major N. Sam, first we'd like to express our sincere gratitude to you and other members of the Joint House Committee for your consistent support and cooperation for Bong Iron Ore Project. We hereby report to you about the latest development of our remedy measures and subsequent plans with the details as below. 1. Completed items. Regarding Social Security fees, China Union has paid the amount of $140,240 in Social Security fees for all Liberian employees. The payment voucher will be submitted to the Joint Committee for verification. 2. Regarding community contribution funds, China Union will pay the amount of $2 million to the community development funds of the 3 beneficiary states after the project is completed and put into production and the first shipment of iron ore. Specifically, the first payment of $500,000 was made on December 25, 2024. The second payment of $500,000 was made at the end of December 2024, and the remaining $1 million will be paid off by the end of April 2025. 3. Regarding personal protection equipment PPEs, China Union has provided necessary PPEs for workers. Contract with local manufacturers has been signed to produce and install safety signs and all employees and contractors have received safety training. 4. Regarding surface rent, China Union has paid the amount of 100,000 and the balance will be paid promptly after the project is put into production and the first shipment of iron ore. 5. Regarding the scientific research fund, China Union has paid 100,000 for this year. The outstanding balance payable will be confirmed by the Liberia Revenue Authority (LRA) and is scheduled to be paid after the project is completed and put into production and the first shipment of iron ore. 6. Regarding drinking water, China Union has provided safe drinking water for all Liberian employees of bond mines and their families. Regarding scholarships, China Union has provided 50,000 for scholarships for students in recipient country. The scholarship donations required by MDA will be paid after the project is completed and put into production and the first shipment of iron ore. 2. Upcoming tax. In March 2025, China Union will start to repair the road from Bontown to Henan and conduct an assessment and technical feasibility study on a comprehensive renovation of the section from Kakata to Yaini. In April 2025, China Union will provide 20,000 worth of medicines and supplies according to the material demand list submitted by Bonman Hospital. In addition, China Union will commission a Liberian company to evaluate the hospital's renovation needs. Based on the evaluation results, the renovation contract will be tendered within 90 days. In May 2025, China Union will provide 20,000 worth of textbooks according to the textbook list submitted by Bon Man Central High School. In May 2025, China Union will recruit a number of local Liberian employees, including production operators and administrative staff, according to the project promotion plan, and organize corresponding on the job skills training and safety education. Difficulties encountered. Enormous financial pressure. In 2025, the company's key focus is to ensure the timely completion and production of the mining and beneficiation project. The procurement, transportation, installation, commissioning, and production of mining and beneficiation equipment, as well as the maintenance and restoration of port and railroad operations, all require a large amount of capital. Currently, the company is facing significant financial pressure. 2. Downturn in the iron ore market. Affected by the global economic downturn, the demand for steel has declined. Steel mills in China and other countries are operating at low capacity and suffering serious losses. Consequently, the demand for iron ore is sluggish and the market remains depressed. As of the beginning of February 2025, the price of the Platts iron ore index price is still fluctuating around $100 per ton. The feasibility study of Bonman iron ore project was based on the Platts iron ore index price, not lower than $120 per ton. If the iron ore price remains low for a long time and the project's production operation costs cannot be effectively controlled, Our company is concerned about the project's future profitability. Implementation plan for the mining and iron ore processing plant. 1. The project is designed to produce 1.5 million tons of iron ore concentrate annually with an iron grade of 62%. In March 2025, the project equipment and materials will arrive at the construction site. Civil construction will be completed in April. Equipment installation in May. Equipment commissioning in June. Trial production in July. And the project will strive to be officially put into production in August. Signed, Mr. Bob P., Chief Executive Officer, China Union Liberia, Bond Mines Company Limited. Mr. Presiding, distinguished members, the response from China Union, from the Chief Executive Officer.
Observation.
That is a copy here.
Yeah, that's a copy.
Okay.
Observation.
So, thank you again. Yeah.
Mr. Presiding, colleagues, let me say thanks to China Union for the presentation. But what I do observe is I had the opportunity to read the China Union concession. There are figures within the concession, and the figures that have been called here, I don't see the similarity. Taking into consideration education for the directly affected community should be in the tune of 200,000 to 250,000. But yet the committee wrote that in the short-term plan, and the amount should be paid. For obligation to directly affected community in terms of social contribution, it should be 3.5 million. And yet China Union saying 500,000 was paid, 500,000 was paid, 1 million will be paid. And for the fact that the LRA is statutory entity responsible for this collection and to make verification are not here, for China Union is just quoting figure. And the Ministry of Finance also, who has that authority to regulate some of China Union activities, is also not here. Mr. President, I think it would be good that we adjourn this meeting. A communication be sent to the Ministry of Finance, LRA, the Liberian Mines and Energy, and if possible the Ministry of Labor, so that we can all convene here, perhaps on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, depending on what we will all agree, so at least we can dive into this hearing to have a conclusive conclusion in terms of what we want to achieve.
Okay, so with that was an observation.
So if I could raise it
So
into a
I think you
motion.
need to do that.
And I want to motion, I want to ask the CEO, what since the Sun agreement they are started carrying iron ore out of this country?
That's what we want for land and money. They will be here. The man is asking everyone that connected to the company should be here. So when they say A, we ask mine. Is it true? So
if memory can serve me right, when we visited China Union, we saw a lot of irregularity there. We should have come, and that committee came back with a joint committee. We came back, and I think the report was written.
that the report now doing follow up on. So with that report, that what they said they have done. So the observation now will require the observation be changed into a motion. Then we can. Yeah, you can put in your own readiness.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mr. President, colleagues, having listened to the response from China Union as it relates to her concession, and also a fact finding from the Joint Committee on Concession, Labor, Judiciary, Mines and Energy that was done some part of last year, and having a PA to respond in person to the plenary of the House of Representatives recommendation to the House related to the fact finding done by the committee just named. I move, if I may obtain a second, that this hearing be adjourned, wherein our witnesses will remain under oath because they will have to appear on next week, Wednesday, with the Ministry of Finance, where the Ministry of Finance will come with all documentation relative to adjustment in payments, particularly for China Union for the period under review, whereas LRA will also be made to appear to come up with all valid receipts of payment made by China Union for the period under review, and if needs be, if there are other documentation to substantiate payment of whatever nature they are made, those documents can also be brought forward. And the Ministry of Mines and Energy can also be made to appear to give the status of China Union operation, whether it is current, and the Ministry of Labor to appear as well to give us the labor statistics of China Union. And China Union herself should be made to come with all valid documentation as claimed in her presentation to substantiate payment made. If I may obtain a second.
So it has been moved and seconded that, and with us stating the motion that China Union be made to present, you get it, that part you need to get it. All of your receipts, payments that you have made to government, prior and including today, up to today, all payments you have made, and that Ministry of Mines come and give status report on the status of the concession. That Ministry of Labor come and give labor report on the status of workers at the concession. The Liberian Revenue Authority comes and provide receipts and payment made to them from China Union. That is the motion, and it has been seconded. Are you ready to vote? Yeah, I'll do it.
One, that the day for the appearance, as stated Wednesday, there will be a hearing on all concession review here by this committee, and so China Union should appear on Thursday, same time. I'll be ready to vote. Again, were they to provide proof of payments as requested by you a day prior to the hearing, I'll be ready to vote.
So it's a movement.
The date change to
Thursday.
The date should change to Thursday, but the submission
on Wednesday.
Latest Wednesday.
So
Tuesday. Why you not down for Tuesday?
The document should be submitted.
So again, I accept that the documents by China Union, by LRA, be submitted not later than Tuesday, and we reconvene for this public hearing on Thursday at the same time.
And then to modify that,
Your readiness.
you're already and they should make copies for each committee member.
Oh.
At least 7 copies.
Oh, Chairman.
Already?
So
Yes.
again, parliamentarily, because individual members of the House of Representatives will be given the opportunity to peruse and also ask questions.
Taking note, right?
Also accept.
Yeah.
You taking notes already?
Our chairman, distinguished police. I want to know, since we left China Union, okay.
Okay. So, with the motion and the unreadiness accepted, are you ready to vote? All those in favor say yea.
Yeah.
All those against nay. The motion has been carried. So, to China Union, the year will be postponed, and there are a few documents you made mention of. We are asking you to present copies of those documents, all payments you have made, up and including up to now, since you took over the concession. You should be able to provide proof of Liberians, employees, all of the different things that are raised in the concession, in the report initially, and that the year will be for next Thursday the same time, 2 p.m. And we have gathered information, and you need to be given notice. We want to, when you are coming, to come along with your additional partners. We have learned that you have additional partners up the mine. That's Bon Lee. Come along, their management, the role they are playing up the mine. We want to know, because if you have additional partners, the role they are playing, the responsibility you have, are they sharing into those responsibility? We want to know. How was the process done? How did you flip transaction with them in China? We want to know all of these things. So you are required to come along the management of Bon Lee in a year. So, colleague, thank you again for coming, and we look forward to a wonderful hearing on Thursday. Motion for adjournment.
So the hearing has been adjourned to next week, Thursday, and Tuesday, the China Union, the relevant government authorities should come and show documents of China Union or regular payments to the government of Liberia, and the Ministry of Mines and Energy should also come and give some briefing in relation to China Union commitment or so. So my name is Haji Masale. I love to say thanks so much for watching Spoon TV, and it's been a pleasure covering this hearing of the House of Representatives Committee on Concession.